Yeah, yeah. Made me extra proud when she was like,
Yeah,
"Nope, I'm
absolutely.
doing it." Yeah. So it's saying my connection is unstable as soon as you're trying to go live. So that's awesome. It's been good for like 2 weeks, and then literally just as you were going live, I had a thing flash up in front of my screen.
You had a bit of a
So
stutter here.
Yeah.
let's hope that that's a real thing. So, but we'll see. We'll just see about that.
It's like a tropical creamsicle. That's what I'm going to call that. With rum.
What do you want about?
My drink.
Those orange smoothie bullshit things?
It's pineapple and mango juice mixed together with some good rum.
That's a different thing. That's a different thing completely. Sorry, give me just a second.
Yeah. But the rum has a lot of vanilla hints, so it's got that kind of vanilla ice cream kind of finish to it. And it's kind of like a creamsicle. Also,
you're kind of like a creamsicle.
Yeah, that's fair. Most
Infinite. How we doing, guys? How you going?
I may have legitimately paused there as if waiting for an answer that I could hear from Black Frost and Justin. We're starting strong, boys.
Starting off strong. Fantastic.
Black Frost saying it was awesome for skinning with the Tom Brown. It wasn't now. I was curious if you gentlemen were successful this weekend. Yeah, happy to hear it, man. Good to hear.
Congratulations. Don't facepalm me, Justin. I don't need that energy in my life.
Not any more of that energy.
You're allowed to do emojis, and he still puts facepalm without actually just doing the emoji for facepalm. I appreciate that.
He made me read it with my own eyes.
How dare you make me read this with my own mind?
So, yeah.
I'm assuming a whitetail. That's what we were going for.
Muleys, probably. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Out in that country. Yeah. Matt probably was going for a whitetail, given his situation, but I'm guessing if it was Eric, I'm guessing it was a muley. And glad to hear he was successful. Yeah, that does make me happy.
Is one larger than the other? Whitetail versus muley? Are they similar sizes?
Usually muleys are bigger. Depends on the territory, but as a general rule, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not as high in the tasty chain.
Okay.
I think, yeah. If I had my rating scale like Ranella does with his ducks, I'd probably put whitetail over muley myself, but
that's fair. I grew up in Ontario. We don't really have. We didn't hunt muleys, anyways. I don't know if we have them in Ontario. I don't think we do.
I don't think so.
But I always liked the whitetail growing up. So we're gonna have to have a tier list one day. Talk about that. Just
on the tasty,
the outdoor game,
the tasty scale. Yeah, it's contested. It's contested scale.
Oh, absolutely. We're all gonna get a vote and then argue about it.
Who's showing what?
Who's showing what?
What are you guys carrying tonight, Black Frost, Infinite? What are you guys carrying tonight? Are you saving secrets? Anyone? Secrets?
No, I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not really a secret for me. Oldie but a goodie, 8015 today. And for the past little bit, actually. Yeah, I like this thing a lot. This is prior to the GSM sale, as you can see by the old school Cold Steel logo. Well, not old school, but like
previous.
Second, yeah, the previous one when Lynn was still in charge. Yeah, I like this thing. It's fidgety. It's fun.
There was a
And-
point in my life where I swore off that knife completely, and now I want one again.
No,
You should get one.
you
It's
came back
kinda
around.
fun.
It was
did.
full. It was full circle.
It
Yeah.
genuinely was.
As circular as the piece of finger that you chopped off with it the first time.
Well, what about the second time?
That one was kind of oblong.
They were parallel, sir. They were almost in the exact same spot. I have a picture on my Instagram, I'm pretty sure, of my thumb, and you can see them beside each other.
That's hilarious. I will say though, this knife is yes, very fun to fidget with, but very workable. Breaks down cardboard like a champ. It is thinner behind the edge than you would expect, unless you're somewhat familiar with Cold Steel's Recon series. It's sweet. Yeah, so that's me.
Sweet indeed. Sweet indeed.
Black Frost was carrying his 308 today, and his Tom Brown obviously yesterday.
Nice.
308 gets a lot of pocket time.
As it should for the amount of money you
I was
spend on
gonna
that thing.
It deserves its own pocket because that's how much space it takes up. Like,
Am I the only guy who carries just a knife in the front right pocket? Like, I don't really put anything inside.
You guys are all crazy. Your cell phone will fit beside your knife, no problem.
My knives would scratch the shit out of my phone, though. Like,
Nah.
Guaranteed.
Never once have I scratched my phone.
I'm not going to get into how I arrange my gear,
My phone is
but
covered in scratches. I don't have a screen protector on it though, so it's scratched up from a whole bunch of shit.
So you can't even tell.
No,
It's not that
don't
it
really
doesn't
care.
scratch. It's just it's stonewashed. Okay, your phone is now stonewashed.
Yeah, it's got a case on it.
My phone's got a case too, but the screen, no.
You put it screen side against your thigh.
moving on.
Actually,
Moving on.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Dick Richards, hello. Welcome to the show.
I'll go next. I got, nothing
Yeah.
fancy in my nothing fancy. I mean, a Sabenza.
a little fancy. Also, I took the
It
liberty
is,
of
but at the
rotating
same
your
time-
photo so it sits on the monitor a little bit better.
What? It's fine.
I did both. I come
I
on.
dig it. I dig
But
it.
I want everyone to turn their head the same way I did to take that stupid photo. Well, it was minus 16 outside. God damn it. But
Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it?
That's the theme for tonight. My photo was also taken outside at minus whatever degrees.
those Under Armour gloves work really good for touchscreen. They're one of the better touchscreen gloves I've had for a
really?
while. Yeah.
Noted.
Oh.
I went out in my slippers and my sweatpants and a hoodie.
Yep.
On my balcony.
Sounds Canadian enough. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's
I like that effect of the the substrate in the garden with the snow just like almost covering it. It's a good backdrop.
Good contrasting.
Yeah.
Turned out okay. So
It gives you some good detail. Gets highlights and lowlights in it.
You're getting some pretty good snail trails on that titanium now. It's starting to look good.
oh god, dude. Like, yeah.
Do you put your phone in the right pocket too? Is that what's touching your knife?
No, that's probably my brass flashlight
Okay.
or my key bar. So either way, it's a battle.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm,
but yeah,
not being,
if,
I'm not being facetious, by the way. I do actually like the way the handle's starting to look.
it could be the wire clip on my Dragonfly that I have to drag it past every time I pull it in and out of my pocket. So
That might do it.
there's numerous things that could be doing it. Yeah.
There we go.
The comment that you made at first about it being not fancy, but obviously being a Sabenza, being
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's also like just a super clean, simple design, it's not fancy. Like
It's not fancy, but at the same time,
it's a little fancy.
it's a Sabenza. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
It's a plain Jane.
A Spenza.
And Dick Richards, Clever Girl, arguably the best fixed blade CRKT's made in the last decade, in my opinion. Especially for a tactical knife. It's
I don't know,
yeah.
what's the one that Joe's got? You got recently.
Fixed blade?
Yeah. The one that looks like a Tonto. That's a CRK.
Oh, the Hisatsu. I think I actually have that around here somewhere. That thing's fun, but
It
it's
Is that
looks
more
like
than 10
it's
years old?
well, it's 440A, whereas at
No.
least they're using see.
James Williams loves the fact that you just said it looks like a Tonto.
Oh,
You're welcome, Jamie. You're
I
welcome.
meant that to distinguish it from like super
like a American
Aesthetic.
American style Tanto?
or Japanese. Either one.
Well, this one is supposedly based off of a Japanese style tauntaun.
Yeah.
But a specific offshoot, the name of which I do not recall.
It's actually, yeah, I bet you he could go back and historically even show you shit that looked like that.
Absolutely. It's what I was saying is that it is aesthetically shaped like a Tonto, but it's not like a traditional Japanese hand wrapped Tonto is what I was making that distinction. That's all.
I see.
I fucking love that. I love that knife.
Yeah,
That serves very little practical use, but
I've actually cut up some chicken with it in the kitchen. It's decent enough for it, but it is thick behind the edge. Like as soon as that initial edge is gone, it's not cutting much.
Isn't that the thing that you see? Fella who's mad at me. Isn't like you see him stabbing that through like 3/4 inch plywood, don't you? Is it that?
I can't remember if it was
larger one.
this
Well, or his larger one.
Yeah,
he's got the Hisao as well.
I've seen him do that overhand stab thing with an even shorter blade than this though.
And is it the Yakamori?
It was the one that he carried underneath his armpit.
I think that's the Hisao. It might be the Hisatsu. I can't remember. But either way, yeah.
I dig that blade shape. I'm a fan. Have we said hello to Ben yet?
Yeah, no, you know. I gotta keep a thing going.
Oh, that's fair.
That's
it's a weekly, it's a callback.
It's mean-spirited is what it is.
Yeah, Ben, how you doing, sir? He knows exactly where I'm coming from and he loves every minute of it. He retaliates in kind and I expect him to. So
yeah.
Of course.
That being said, I guess I can let you in on the secret of what I'm carrying this week.
Yeah, what the hell are you carrying?
I'm carrying a Lone Wolf Cayenne.
Oh, look at you go.
Yeah. Cheyenne.
What
Whatever.
2 types of wood is it?
It is all Cocobolo.
So don't let me touch it for too long, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no.
But I thought you wanted ebony skills.
You just have to tape off the darker half and let him handle the lighter half until it matches, you see. And then
No. This is what people want when they want their Cocobolo. Like don't get me wrong, the red Cocobolo is beautiful. But the split,
or tape off the other half and make it darker.
Especially when it's split right down the center of the knife. Like they did such a good job with this one.
I know
Also,
where to aim my hatchet.
The pocket clip that gives you no room for your pocket.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Classic Lone Wolf shit right there. Yeah, is it Phillips screws too? Is that what I saw there?
Nope. They're Torx.
Oh, wow.
All
Okay.
T6.
I think my Lone Wolf, I think it's Phillips. They went good old crossy screws. Yeah, so.
This screw came loose and the scale was starting to slide side to side. And for a second, I thought it was something else, but it is not.
That's probably for the best.
Absolutely.
Handle knife, yeah. That's nice. That's nice. What's the steel on that?
S30.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
I know Lone Wolf did actually held some of their own with the steels. Like I think mine's N680, N690, one of the N6 somethings.
Yeah, there's a reason Benchmade spent all that money trying to eliminate them as competition.
Yeah. And I know I brought it up on the channel before, but there's a titanium Brian tie that's the most tame Brian tie therefore I like it from Lone Wolf. That was using S30 and titanium, so
Nice.
I'm pretty sure
to
I've
be
brought
honest,
that.
I didn't care what steel this thing was in. I saw the wood and was immediately like that one. I would like that one, please. Give to me.
Good times. Good times. It's
Okay,
pretty
so-
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took some magnets to get this shot.
I gotta ask though, bead blast finish on the blade?
Probably. I would imagine it looks pretty beady.
Okay, fair enough. S30V probably wouldn't be a problem unless you gave it to me, so just don't give that knife to me at any point.
Well, we've already established the fact that you're not allowed to touch these handles. And apparently you'll ruin the blade, so
Just ruin the whole knife.
you stop it. I'm pretty sure Joe is like just a weird evolution of the xenomorphs from Alien. Like just an offshoot from, what is it, Aliens 3 or 4? Where they're cloning Ripley's. Joe's just a really, really weird offshoot Ripley.
I think that's 4.
Handed.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't remember. I've seen the first two
That's
Alien
good.
movies.
3 was the
but
terrible CGI one, so
Okay. Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Benchmade, you say?
Congratulations.
Benchmade.
Yeah. So we gather here today. Talk about Benchmade. Yeah. Benchmade did some stuff. Some pretty fun stuff.
You say fun.
Well, I say fun. Do I mean fun? They're kind of fun. Where do you guys want to start? The Crooked Rivers or the Bugout?
Doesn't matter to me. Where would you like to start, sir?
Maybe the artist series. We'll start with the Crooked Rivers there.
All right.
Let's
All
pop
right.
a picture up on screen. So recently we had a couple of these guys float into the shop. Benchmade did a collaboration with an artist whose name I am drawing a blank on. I actually took notes for this, and now I don't know where the notes are.
Casey Underwood. Dude,
Yeah, thank
come
you.
on.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
The funny thing is, it was almost together. Almost.
It was more together than it usually is until it was right back to where it normally is.
Pretty much. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Not quite.
Potentially even worse off because he didn't even think to try and remember it because he wrote it down.
Oh, dude, I'm terrible like that. Take notes, literally never keep any of that information in my head again. It's awful. So, Casey Underwood, thank you very much, did 4 different designs, 3 of which we have photos of here, I believe. I don't think we have the 4th. Which one are we missing? We got
2202. It's the whitetail.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the one we're missing. You can check it out on Benchmade, or we could bring a picture of it. I don't know. Meh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We can make it work eventually.
That's for future me to worry about.
Pretty much. We'll talk about the stuff we have photos of. So really, what you're getting in this artist series is a bunch of different. And I really don't have a word for this, but you know how for a long time rifles and knives, and Bowie knives in particular, have this type of imagery etched or engraved onto it more often?
Yeah, you'd have like a duck hunting gun with ducks engraved on it, things like that.
And I don't know that there's a specific name for that style of knife or that type of engraving, but this is definitely following in that sort of tradition.
I was going to say something very rude about those types of guns, but then you said these knives are following in those traditions, so I'm not going to say...
You don't like those guns?
Anyway, I'm going to save that one for later.
Oh,
I'm just going to make a note of it, and we're going to talk about that off camera.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, fair enough. Well, on that note, yeah, this is definitely more of the same. I think they're going for a kind of a subcategory of hunter who wants to spend money on this kind of thing or wants to buy a gift for another hunter who's into this kind of thing. Outside of the engraving / etching, which actually there is some on the bolsters as well. I think Dennis took a close-up shot of a few of them. Yeah. Um, yeah. In addition to the blades being done, the bolsters are also engraved, which I actually kind of like. I like this light engraving over top of the kind of the matte finish. It's a little bit more subtle. Um,
I do like how the juxtaposition of the two to each other.
I used the term frosted when I saw the bolsters in particular, and I called it a really nice, like, frosted engraving, almost. Right?
Yeah,
So
it's almost like they like bead blasted it and then laser cut through it, right?
yeah, either bead blasted and laser cut, or like laid down a stencil and then just bead blast over top the stencil. Because you can do line work like this that way.
So here's the question, though, with that in mind, is you notice that some of the pattern actually does cut right into where the access lock is. And the engraving actually does go into the chamfering of. So if you look at even some of the pictures I took, you can see.
Yeah.
So interesting how yeah.
Dick Richards is saying it's like spending $6 million on a Spyderco knife painted like a fish.
I know, right?
That's
Because
electroplate painted. It was anodized in those colors. Thank you very much.
So,
and if they had done it on the Akuchi, that kind of was named after a sea monster and a fish, and they had done a bunch of fish things after that one, it would have been way cooler than a native. Or something more iconic in the Salt series than a native that was just put into the Salt series so they could put LCE 200N and MagnaCut into it.
I'm not saying the knife is good. I'm just saying that a lot of effort goes into that painting style.
the native is a great knife, sir. I don't know what you're talking
about. Anyway, I like my native. That's fine. But
also,
that's the knife you choose. Anyway,
if money was no object, I'd own probably all of those fish knives because I'm an asshole.
So bolsters, you say?
Yep.
Yeah. Some variation in the bolsters here. You have another photo here of, yeah, there's the other one, kind of the mountain range on top. So the execution, most of the etching that I could see was done pretty cleanly. Not any no real obvious spot where something got missed or it was more faded. Everything seemed relatively intentional.
Can I just give a quick rundown, because I don't think we've gone through actually like all four. Did you go through all four variations?
No.
Okay, so
yeah.
Number one is a bull elk. Number two is a whitetail. Number three is mallard ducks, and number four is a ringtail pheasant. Ba-bam.
Very cool.
There's some other details. Check them out.
Just saying, if they made a fish knife, it would be all over for me. And he's probably right. If there was a fish, like a rainbow trout in this series, I'd be eyeballing it.
You kidding me? They already got a 940. It's got that nice purple belly. It's like it's spawning.
We're fighting.
we're officially fighting after the stream is done.
Yeah.
Maybe live during the stream. We'll see how it goes.
Meet me at the monkey bars.
Yeah.
By the bike racks.
I was gonna say a bike route back. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought I'd just spew some of that garbage out there because
it's all good. Do you remember the differences in the handles here? Because the pivot collars, sure, those are different colors, but we know they're all aluminum. The is it just?
Oh, they're not, sir. They are not all aluminum. One of them is brass. Pivot color.
Is it the mallard one?
No, it's the bull elk. It's brass.
Okay, cool.
The mallard is gold.
It's a gold aluminum. Yeah.
Good question.
Sure is. There it is.
See.
The bottom one, the green one. It's more goldy. In person, especially. I remember that from when we were looking at them all together.
Not so. Is it machined brass or is it anodized to look like brass?
It is brass pivot color. That's always been an option. As far as the customizer from day one, you could always get brass. The black and green G10 Crooked River full size limited edition one had a brass color.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that seems like a nice little value add.
So anyway, bull elk. has got you upped. Whitetail deer, on the other hand, gets the same one that the normal mini crooked river gets. So,
Ooh. Yeah. What other features do these knives share with the original Crooked River? Same blade steel. Same blade steel. Same handle material. It's all pack wood for the handles, I believe.
hang your whole train up here for a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Same handle?
Are they not? I thought they were different colored versions of either diamond wood or pack wood.
So all four of these, and it right in their description, featuring Dymalux handles. Now the bull elk has Dymalux buckskin wood, Dymalux natural wood for the whitetail, Dymalux green wood for the mallard, and Dymalux rosewood for the pheasants.
Okay.
I think the rosewood is my favorite of them.
Versus diamond wood, which is what is in the Hunt series.
Yes.
So I did some homework.
Good stuff.
It looks like Dymalux might be layers, almost like.
Why are you gonna be spoiling my shit, man? Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay,
So
but is not the standard handle material? Isn't diamond wood made the same way?
So diamond wood is birch powder that's infused with resin to make the handle. That's diamond wood. Hang on. A birch powder composite material backfilled with resin, much more resistant to elemental hardships than natural wood. Whereas Diamond Lux is thin sheets of birch veneered together like plywood.
So that's what gives you the wood grain aesthetic.
Yeah, cool. It's thin sheets, but dyed different colors, and that's why it also still has that pack of wood look to it.
There is an actual difference between the handle materials. That's cool. That is kind of
when cool. I read Dymalux, I was like, what the holy hell is that? That's not the same shit they've been using for a while. Had to deep dive. They don't tell you on their website. Had to look it up somewhere else. And I think that's what Paul did too. And he probably found the same one.
No, I just threw it a guess.
Oh, asshole.
Yeah, that's how I go through life, sir.
Yeah, that's how you've gone through this channel for the last 4 years, is stealing my thunder, you son of a bitch.
I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea that was a reveal that you were trying to
that makes it even worse, Paul.
It's just it wasn't even a reveal. It's just slightly different, and I don't know why. I'm wondering if the DYM thing is a patented trademark. Someone is making the same stuff, because diamond wood and Dymalux, and it's birch both ways, and
possibly yes.
Things that make you go,
The only other thing that I can think of to these guys,
the backspacer.
Yes, was it jade, like natural G10?
No, it's white.
Okay, because I didn't grab a photo, and I don't see a photo of the folder here.
I think they describe it as ivory or something like that, don't they?
The backspacers?
Yeah. Do they call it ivory G10 or?
I don't know if I actually noticed that either.
Yeah, they're all the same color.
Good job, guys. Good job. Well, all of us, totally spaced out.
I'm looking it up right now because I am curious enough.
Anyway, Dick Richards is also asking for engravings of the blades. I did throw a picture with all 4 blades. We didn't have the whitetail on hand, but this is the other 3, the mallard ducks, the pheasant, the bull elk, as well as the OG mini Crooked River.
Yeah,
which
there now.
I have to make a smart ass comment about it being an orange pivot color, so it's almost the same. But so yeah.
What color is the ring on a ring-necked pheasant?
Can be green.
Okay. Wouldn't that have been a better choice for the
Can
ring
be
on
blue.
your
I
pivot?
don't know if green's ever been one of their options though.
So get better.
So they don't actually tell you on Benchmade's website what the backspacer is specifically. They just call the handle stabilized wood.
It's
and in
kind of
brackets, wood.
it's kind of a greeny blue. I'm just looking it up, but yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
so yeah. Thoughts, feelings, sharings, findings. I got a couple.
I don't want to steal anybody's thunder.
That's fine.
Because I
That's
imagine
fine.
I know the thing that bothers me is probably something that also bothers you.
No, dig in, man. I bet you I got a couple original ones.
That's fair. The biggest thing for me is the fact that they stayed with the S30V when they have options.
No, that's not the thing that bothers me the most.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things. Well, also the price for being still S30. Those things are all just one big happy family of stupid. But
the main reason that it annoys me is because you can now go to their website and make a custom Crooked River.
And for the record, 400 USD off of their website is what these bad boys go for.
Yeah.
How much more is that from the standard? I didn't check MSRP for the standard.
Ooh, I don't know either. Give me a second.
Okay. I'm going to guess 275. Maybe 250.
300.
So you're paying a lot more.
$100 for the engraving and the limited factor, which now that seeing that and knowing that and looking at that, I'm like, that's crazy, Tan.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. But you're also paying an artist for 4 pieces of original art.
Yes.
Are they original art? Or are they just his art that they laser cut onto?
His art would be original art, would it not?
Well, unless there's a whole bunch of prints and copies.
Unless this is art that he had previously created for something else and used with something else, then it wouldn't be considered original at that point.
I was under the impression that he had made it for these.
See, the thing is, there isn't really.
I don't know.
And that's the big thing. They didn't do a very good job of talking about that. The little card that comes with these knives doesn't really give you any information about.
They said it was a collaboration, and they said it was Casey Underwood's artwork engraved on the blade. But it doesn't specifically say that it was original artwork designed for.
So, I might be grasping at straws, but that sounds to me like they went to them and said, I want to make these 4 knives, make art for these 4 animals.
Yeah,
so there is actually a splash on their website, and I don't remember seeing this on the card. It could be there, and I'm just misremembering, but it does say, quote, "The process of hunting is all in the details. When I set out to design the artwork for this series of mini Crooked River knives, my goal was to bring the same level of detail to the blades, blah, blah, blah." So it sounds like, yes, this was designed specifically for the Benchmade knives.
Cool. Okay.
But my hang up with this was already touched on before. You can get this knife with these designs if you were meticulous enough about it, or something approximating it, through the customizer. Also, if you did that through the customizer, you would be the only one with that particular artwork.
Mm-hmm.
You can upload images.
Your own blade
now, you can't get... Well, that's the other big thing, yes. But now you can't get the bolsters laser done by Benchmade. You would have to do that yourself after the fact if you wanted to do that. But but it's so subtle that, no, I feel like the main feature of this collaboration is on the blade itself. So this isn't really a $100 value add for me. It just isn't.
No. I agree.
So Infinite is asking if he dunks the blade in Dijon ketchup, will the etch and darken? What is Dijon ketchup?
I don't want to know. No.
So
I don't want to know.
I mean, technically, okay, if we're talking about on the blade, I don't know if you're going to get it much more dark than it already is.
Stir your coffee with it.
Yeah.
No.
Get right from that pivot.
I think you risk just having the entire thing become muddy at that point. You're going to lose all the crispness. I wouldn't.
So I want to gripe. I want to gripe now.
Do it.
Please.
It's griping time.
So
so for me, yeah, there's a premium for these bad boys for sure, right? And a couple comments on that. First of all, the pivot collars themselves. You have, and if you want to show, Joe, I did line up the pivot collars intentionally, but you have a gold and a yellow one in the series of 4 that are supposed to be custom series of a knife, series of a knife. And you have and we all like the brass. Everyone likes the brass. I don't know if there might be a small that prefers the actual Goldie over the brass, but
I'll be honest, you could have done all 4 in the brass pivot and I would have been happy.
Yeah.
The Hunter boys would have enjoyed the brass because it's a throwback to, brass.
Yeah. It's a throwback to the knife that this knife is kind of paying homage to.
And there's
you know
a whole
what?
bunch of there's a shell in my pocket somewhere, probably made out of brass.
This is probably a bit of a stretch, but we're talking about old hunting knives, old Humphrey boys liking brass. Wouldn't it have been cool had they stuck with the original, even if they had stuck with the original orange pivot collar, but the bolster itself was brass, like the whole thing was brass?
You can't do an orange pivot collar with brass.
No. I'm saying
clashy.
Obviously, it would be better to do something else, but even if they had stuck with the orange because it's Hunt series, at least then you would have this nice big solid chunk of brass with the cool engraving on it. Like that would have looked sick as shit.
You could do the nickel silver because they've done those ones. The nickel silver.
Yep. The silver would have been a nice contrast.
Full brass. Like I was gonna make a comment after Joe made his comment, and my comment was going to be the fact that if they came out with a brass version of the Crooked Rivers, you would have me on the hook for one.
But then
you could just pay me for that idea, but now it's Joe's idea.
That Uncle Randy weight.
Well, okay, I wouldn't mind so much, honestly. These, because the bolsters are contoured, they're hollow on the inside for the Omega spring, so there's, I don't think you'd be getting that much heavier of a knife, like maybe an ounce or 2 heavier.
Maybe 2 ounces heavier. It's not that bad. It's not. No, it's just another 940-1 in your pocket. There's no big deal.
I don't think it would actually be
slide another one in there.
Because what are these? These are these aluminum bolsters?
I was just gonna make a quick shout out to Nicole in chat. Apparently, we are her favorite part of Sunday workday.
Thank you. Congrats. So I need to keep bitching. Anyway. The third one's actually orange, which is already what the normal one is. Come on, guys. That's why I actually threw that picture with all 4 blades.
And the last one's blue, which is like their standard go-to blue.
It's the go-to limited blue. Even they've done a bunch of them, and I don't mind. Don't get me wrong, but that seems like some corner cutting as far as
I was going to say before that it feels like they went through their parts bin and assembled some knives and were like, all right, now we're going to take this and we're going to put these scenes on it. And these are the 3 worst colors that we have. And then we're going to give somebody brass because.
Yeah.
So.
Is there any amount of money that goes to like conservation efforts or something?
No, unless Casey's doing it.
Okay, because I honestly, as far as a value add goes, I'm still not. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm
Ducks
not
Unlimited and other situations like that.
You're not done?
Point. Oh, the price point. There's more to complain about with the price point. So the pivot collars, I was like, you didn't even, like you were saying, Paul, you just pulled them out of the parts bin. You were just like, okay. So am I like having to pay for all 4 of their pivot collars on my knife that I buy? Is that I have to pay, because the running joke is that I have to pay every time there's a pivot collar on something.
Yeah.
So in this particular situation, do I have to pay ×4 because there's
$25 a pivot collar, sir?
Yep.
Exactly. Then all of a sudden that math tracks. That's the math I've come up with is
$25 a pivot collar, but they throw in the white backspacer for free.
Well, no, but then actually, okay, so this is actually what I was leading up to, is then I realized that the orange pivot collar isn't actually a limited one, and they didn't throw that one in at all. So that takes away the $25. But then your backspacer, she comes and saves the day, and then you're back up to $100 again, right? Like,
see, so and perfect. for the whitetail, it makes sense. Come on. But,
it does. But you should have done like some green on the mallard, and
the fact that they didn't go through the effort.
Match
it. Yeah,
chocolate brown one. Yeah, match it. The chocolate brown one on the bull elk. So like something like that would have been cool.
So I say this with all the love to Benchmade, with all the products I've bought from them over the years, and I will continue to buy from them over the years. But like, what the fuck were you guys thinking? This sucks.
So we're gonna work our way from blade to handle here in this continuing bitch fest. We get to the bolsters. You see, can you zoom in on the? I believe it's the blue and the gold one that I have.
We had this one here. It might take a second to pop up.
And okay, don't get me wrong. We got mallard ducks and we got pheasants, and I get it, whatever it is. But 2 dogs, like.
Hunting dogs, bro. There's nothing. There's nothing a hunter boy likes more.
And that's why I let up with I get it. It's pheasants and it's ducks, and I get it where you're coming from. But as an artist, Casey, you're breaking my balls, man. You're breaking my balls.
It's a little rough.
Is it my fault that my favorite hunting dog died this year, and now my wife is gonna buy me this knife?
Well, you got 2 knives you got to buy too, because you see the other one, and that reminds you.
Mallards. I only hunt mallards, sir.
At least they're 2 different dogs. It's not the same bolster. If it was the same fucking bolster design on both, that would have made me so mad. But this still,
Okay, so then we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch over to the other bolster. And Paul, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, I agree with you. It was actually something that when I was seeing this photo earlier, I was kind of griping about it in my head. I'm like, really? Like,
that's when I saw that one. Yeah. Anyway, don't get me wrong. I like the dog engravings, and it's something that I was like, I enjoyed and whatever, right? But it was like, really? Can you come up with something else for? And then you've got the other. Where's the bull? Oh, okay. So the bull elk is just a mountain scene, which, sure, pretty enough. Kind of the easy way out on that one too. A little bit of a landscape with a pretty chill background. Yeah.
I do like the sky. It's an interesting effect to the. It almost reminds me of like Japanese waves and like wood cuttings.
Yeah, and the artwork itself, that's cool. If you've got that in the background of where the bull elk is in the foreground with an entire picture from Casey Underwood, I appreciate it. Cool.
The artwork isn't my problem.
No, I know.
And then I don't know if you've seen the whitetail deer. This might be a good opportunity for future Joe to get his ass in gear and bring a picture of that up. Oh, that's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Ben.
Well, you could, but they didn't. They gave me lefty screws here. Benchmade didn't ignore me on these limited editions. They know.
Well, Benchmade's pretty good about it.
Right, they always are. It's just a standard mold.
So I'm bringing up the whitetail is what you want, huh?
Well, I was just wondering if you wanted to check out the bolster on the whitetail, not only for the orange pivot collar, because man, it's worth checking out. But
look at it. It's orange.
And again, the landscape cool, and the sun in the background also cool, whatever, right? But you just have an antler, which is also the antler of the deer, and it's a shed. I get it. That's the whole. Yeah. I get that as well, right? But it's still also just the antler from the antler of the deer that's on the blade.
I kind of dig it. It's the one that got away. It wouldn't have dropped an antler if it.
You just shot it clean off its head.
I see. I
That's
don't know.
that's the goal of hunting, right? Is to see how many. Anyway,
You
The
gotta knock as
bolsters,
many times off as you can.
the bolsters don't wow me. And the best part is, out of all of this all said and done, the whitetail's actually my favorite out of all.
yeah. Look at
As,
that. Look
as
at
a
that
spoiler
plain
alert.
ass handle. Obviously, that's your favorite.
The, he's got you there. I think the ringtail pheasant is my favorite handle color.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
which one has the brass? Is that the elk?
The bull. Yeah. Yeah. The elk.
With that pivot collar, and literally any other color for the backspacer.
At least you could
So-
probably dye it yourself, and it'll change
White
mostly.
enough. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
And
I just feel like it's
all
something
of these
that's
things are all just kind of rounding out here. Oh. Sorry, did I went glitchy there for a second, I think.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Then we kind of round it all back out by circling around to that sweet, sweet Dymalux handle. And
looks.
the only thing I can say is it's also tied into the price point here as well, is with all this fancy Dymalux and them coming. I'm just wondering where they think all this fancy wood grows on trees or something. Like, come on, you got to pay for it somehow.
Okay.
Look, sawdust is expensive, sir.
Thin sheets of birch, actually.
What?
So
Not much better. Not much better.
by all this fancy wood, I mean birch. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
see,
it's birch.
you get some birch in thin sheets. You take the sawdust from that, and you make your other handles. And then you charge double because look, I'm making two things with this. That's
Okay.
on you.
So for the minimal amount of effort on Benchmade's part to get these into production, what do you think a fair cost would have actually been instead of the jump from $300 to $400 that they are right now?
You could have made them like $350, and I would have been like, all right, I get it. Especially if they had donated some money to charity. If they donate any of this money to charities, I don't even care. Give her.
Okay,
That's the reason for it being expensive.
so this is me circling back to Bugout pricing.
I
And the ceiling's
all
going to
right,
crash. The ceiling's going to crash eventually. Eventually, the Bugout pricing, and we might have come up on it as a segue into the next knife, honestly.
It's not just Benchmade. There's so many companies doing that right now. And I don't just mean knife companies.
Making Bugouts?
No, just charging a premium just because, hey, no, it's inflation. And Benchmade's probably started it before inflation and everything else. But
I don't know. I don't think the Bugout argument really holds water in this particular case, just because we have the standard version being what it is and this being what it is. And even isolated away from the Bugout, this is a huge jump. Yeah,
that's a 33% increase in cost, man. That's significant.
Yeah.
So with the you're right. And with the slightly different handle, slightly different backspacer, and artwork, it's about the same as what a limited edition would be, right? Like, did you guys actually try to customize one with some etching on and plus the etching on the bolster has got to have a premium, and pivot collars? I mean, I'm paying for 4 pivot collars here, dude. Like, seriously. Those don't grow on trees either.
The same knife I make every time I design one, I'm sure is probably in that same kind of $400 price point. But I'm also getting M4 for that price. So
I wasn't even necessarily talking about Bugout pricing. I was talking like even about Crooked River pricing. Look at a standard Crooked River. You got to go somewhere.
Okay, but these are not customized. These aren't coming out of the customizer, I should say. The customizer, whenever you order something from a company like that, you are paying a premium for the opportunity cost. You are paying for that company to take product like, okay, we could make a regular, Crooked River in this case out of this, but for extra money, we will change it up and make it the way you want it. I understand paying more for that, but for something that's pre-made, on a shelf, even limited edition, no.
It makes sense, though. It makes sense.
It's reaching. This is reaching.
But I agree with Dennis in the sense that it's definitely them going, yeah, we can get away with this. That's what people would pay anyways.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's definitely
$100 more for artwork and the fact that it's limited. How many? We don't know. We're not sure about that one. Don't ask questions.
Ask Square about every single limited edition that they make that sells out almost instantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You make a small run of them and they don't always, but oftentimes they're sold out same day or shortly after.
Yeah.
That being said, Benchmade doesn't seem to have that same like drive to be like, I need it today. I'm gonna buy it before anybody else can.
Yeah, I mean, they used to do a lot of limited stuff that guys would see and want to scoop up immediately, but
That's fair.
I don't know. It does seem like something that's maybe in the past now.
Well, and that's, again, might be a bit of a segue into the other knife we were going to talk about tonight, which is a Bugout in the fancy bluish titaniums.
Bugout pricing, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to segue there, you sons of bitches. Come on.
Well, I was agreeing with you.
Yet you still didn't segue. Left it to me.
Oh, I got it here.
There was more to bitch about those goddamn crooked rivers.
Anyway, yeah, I was looking at time frame. I was like, oh my god, we got other shit to talk about.
Yeah. So, what's different about this bad boy? Other than it's heavier than your standard crooked river. Or crooked river. Your standard Bugout. It's titanium handles, not lead. Yeah.
It is. You can tell by that sweet, sweet milling they did all over the blade that it's titanium.
You can tell by the oil staining.
Oh,
yeah. It's titanium.
That, on the other hand.
Yeah, you can see it especially well in that other photo.
Yeah. I like this color, but this color specifically seems to show that up real easy.
Ladder pattern Damasteel.
I dig it.
For all of that. Yeah.
One of my favorite patterns.
In the picture that we have up on the screen right now, there's a guy's face in the bottom edge. The one that was at an angle.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, there's a guy's face there.
I can kind of see. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Boo. Yeah.
Nope. To the left. Farther to the left.
I don't even know.
My cursor is offset from what we're doing right now, so I have no idea.
That's completely fair.
Pretty sure you're seeing
faces in the
Damascus. The Mother Mary holding a nacho chip in a nacho chip.
I free poured my drink tonight. And,
yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
So this guy here is the 535-2204. There's been 3 other limited edition Bugouts this year.
This year?
04. Or is it just 2204? I don't know. Has anything else been a 2201, 2202? Something?
Maybe a model that they started designing but haven't released yet.
I'm just curious. I'm just like, why is it an 04?
Yeah, that's weird. Because even within their own like regular lineup, they have an 04 already. Or a -4, right?
A -4. Maybe it's the 4th limited. So
like cumulatively?
Gold classes are 2201. Something else is 2202. Something else is 2203.
The limited edition.
I like Justin's comment.
It is 2201, 2202. Hang on a sec.
Because the
2204 is a ring-necked pheasant, though.
I was just gonna say the mallard duck is 2203.
Yeah, so that doesn't track either. I don't know. I'm making shit up. Riddle me that, Batman.
I don't know.
Oh, that bat's getting riddled.
Justin says that thing's a problem for him.
Yeah, that tracks.
Even.
That tracks.
I understand. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a big issue when you tried to follow the coordinates and now you're just standing outside of a closed Benchmade factory. We're sorry, Justin. I'm sorry. It's just sometimes you just focus on the wrong things, and in this particular situation, it was longitude and latitude.
What is it? Is it 300 Beaver something or another?
Beaver Creek Road.
Oh,
Beaver Creek Trail. That's a different
The old
spot.
Beaver Creek.
Don't end up on Beaver Creek Trail. It takes you down a completely different place.
Nope. Not going there.
So, just dodging that entirely.
Yep.
Thoughts, concerns, comments.
I like the Damascus.
Yeah, sure, but that's Damasteel.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I took a couple pictures and sent them in groups of two, like this one and the next one. And these are the comments that I've got. And it's not much, but it's kind of cool. And they
I
were.
don't know what
I
you
got
did.
one question before we go. The
They
butterfly.
Yeah.
Is it painted on?
No, it's laser etched.
Okay.
The cool thing about that, though, is flip to the other picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. There you go.
Yeah. If you switch angles, and the only knife I've seen in recent future to do that is the Spyderco 40th anniversary knife native.
The old recent future.
The recent future past.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
It's my favorite place to spend time.
I never want to go back. You can't make me.
That's fair.
So yeah, super cool. And it does it with the limited edition too. I got 2 little pics of that, and it's fun. I like it. I like it because it actually disappears quite a bit, and you can see the Damasteel pretty clearly underneath the etching. Like, I actually caught the gold part of this, but if you keep twisting it, you can almost make the butterfly disappear completely. So like the limited there, it's almost gone. You can barely see it, and then
Pretty cool.
twist the blade and it's pow. Yeah.
That's neat.
So it's fun. It's fun. And I haven't seen anyone point that out yet. And it was something that it was just like, it's the little things in life.
You like how I asked a stupid question to get the right response out of you? Let you have your thunder, even?
What's your stupid question?
But it being painted.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Did you know? Did you know it wasn't painted, or were you just asking a stupid question?
No, we talked about the fact that you took pictures in both orientations.
Oh, I see. I see. This was actually trying to make up for steel. I see.
Well, this I realized beforehand. I mentioned before. Yes, I poured my own drink.
I mean, talking about it makes it count less, but still.
Nope.
So
No.
I can't actually find this knife listed on Benchmade's website.
No, it's not coming soon. It's not add to cart. It's not any of your business. And now this might be because it's international exclusive, and that's why they have the longitude and latitude and coming out of the stratosphere and blah, blah, blah. Although they didn't say anything about it being an international exclusive either. It was just a limited new product announcement.
I dig it. How few of them are there? Do we know?
Few. I mean, relative to the Earth population, or relative to the Tawar that I've got sitting up there?
Well, relative to like Benchmade has done
Just casual, just flex.
Hey, shout out to Alex.
Just
He's not here tonight, but I put his
suck
little stand up, and I got.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot about that Tawar for just a split second, and I thought you were pointing at a sword that I couldn't see.
That was a little. I got my pointer. Come on. It's a good time.
That's funny.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it's like
I was
a
going to
run of-
thank Alex if he showed up in chat tonight for the stand, because it works really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Anyway, yeah, we don't know. That's the big thing with this guy, is we don't know. Same with the Crooked Rivers. We don't know. So is limited, like there's going to be 1 million of them 10 years down the road that people are trying to sell, or are you not going to be able to find one anywhere and you can flip it for real? As Benicio
That's
said
the
in
rest.
Usual Suspects. So
These are limited.
yeah.
Absolutely. But do we know what the retail price is on this guy?
Oh, no, because it's not on their website. Wait, I might
That's,
know. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on. Suggested US MSRP is 600 US.
Uh-huh.
I do know these things.
So an American-made knife with Damasteel with titanium. I mean, that's not completely out of line, but it is kind of expensive for a non-gold class. But this is my similar complaint from the last section of the video.
It's a blold class.
Oh God, I'm blown. Uh,
Not tonight, honey. I'm bloated.
yeah,
Terrible.
I enjoyed it. Uh, I honestly, my only real complaint about this knife, outside of it's expensive, uh, they didn't really do sweet fuck all for milling on the blade. They did some chamfering, which okay, cool. It's
Milling on
very
the handle?
flat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I should
not on the blade.
specify. Yeah, I
You
mean,
said blade.
oh really? Oh man,
Yeah.
no, you said Brian tie earlier, and I'm thinking about fluted blades.
I was thinking about
It's too flat.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, I
looking at
really
North Arm's knife being all sad of what used to be. It's, anyway.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
why'd you have
Yeah.
to bring it up?
Makes me salty. It's okay. It's okay. I'll fix that problem in short order.
I'll re-step it.
Why does it look like a fillet blade? I fucked up. No, the
It looks like the handle from a fossil.
I don't. Anyway, honestly, that kind of like dimpling along that flat surface. If they didn't, I was gonna say if they wanted to do some kind of contouring or if they wanted to do some sort of angling to the handle, just make it a little bit more dynamic than just a flat slab. Dimples would have been cool.
So I do have another picture you can bring up that's an end picture that highlights a handful of things for myself. Yeah.
Here we go. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
So I know I've flogged many dead horses on this channel, and some of them were still alive, and now they're not. But this one is anodized, something matching something dark side. This isn't actually the worst combo I've seen. I've seen blues that match way worse than these two do. One might even say the original blues match worse than these two do. So these ones at least have enough of a contrast that I don't actually hate this one. But
these are the original blue backspacers, though. These are just aluminum with the titanium.
And that's part of my bitch as well, is again, as much as a pivot collar coming off of a white-tailed deer. And I'm not saying to put collars on white-tailed deers. That's a bad idea. What I am saying,
walk them in the park?
It's how else are you supposed to walk them? They're not off leash. Jesus Christ!
I can't strap them to my back or my chest. Come on, man.
Yeah. I want one of those full body harnesses like I've got for my black lab. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you meant like a carrier for it, like a baby carrier.
Can I interest you in a saddle?
But again, with the limited edition thing, it's also going to bring it full circle to that sweet deep carry clip that I'm paying a premium for. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at that wonderful stamped texturing on the side. They couldn't have been arsed to clean up on a $600 fucking knife. Sorry guys, Jesus, this is awful.
How about the fact that the front screw is elevated? How about that?
Less than ideal.
Countersunk, any
Yeah.
sort
Only
of
the
sunk.
one,
Yeah.
Well, the pivot screw you mean on the
No, I'm talking about the pocket clip screw. You can see the two of them. One's recessed, the other one's not.
Before I navigate back, just take a quick look at how raised the female portion of that screw is as well. Like, you're not even going to chamfer the inside of the hole for it to be countersunk nicely. Like, for fuck's sakes, guys. Anyway.
Who do you think you are? Wee Knives? Come on.
Take your goddamn time with it.
Chamfer your holes. Come on.
Use titanium backspacers. Just make a couple for your $600 knife so the color can match. Like, or even titanium powder coat it. Like, what is it? Titanium nitrile coating?
They should have. What they should have done.
Full
backspacer. Slapped rock scale in the face, designs in the face with it, and said we can make our own. It would have, they should, like, it would have been after the cease and desist on the bailout, and then throwing it onto this thing with a little something with the reptile texturing, just like Tail of Knives and Leatherman. Like,
maybe that
Totally.
was their plan, and their lawyers were like, "Not yet."
Start some shade. Oh, come on.
They should have. They really should
Like,
have.
learn from Kershaw.
Dude, I'm sorry. CRKT can do it? Come on. You're going to get
I'm-
shown up by CRKT of all companies?
Okay, I want to issue a formal apology for recommending that you should learn from Kershaw. I'm not saying it. I'm not even going to wait till
For their
next
aesthetics.
episode. So,
For their aesthetics, maybe sometimes.
anyway.
You got me. But yeah.
Guys, spit takes. Finally, spit take you one of you sons of bitches.
Anyway, come on. Put in some effort for that kind of money.
Now you can see on this picture, and I tried to get better pictures, but I just couldn't get them. Some internal milling.
Yeah.
And
see it.
internally, they did what they could.
Sure. But again, that's like saying they did the bare minimum.
Yeah, but most companies probably wouldn't have bothered.
I don't know. Guys take internal milling pretty seriously for stuff like this, and on something like the Bugout, you expect it to be fairly lightweight.
I will give you that. If you're doing a bug out, you gotta make it as light as possible.
Like if these were just flat slabs of titanium, like really?
And
Well,
hang on, I might actually have
I
real
was gonna
specs on
ask.
that too. Weight on this sumbitch is 2.44.
yeah.
It's not
So
bad for
that's pretty lightweight.
Aluminum guy is 1.85.
Yeah, that tracks.
I think that's 940 territory for that guy.
A G10 940 maybe, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
Because the aluminum 940 is pretty. It's a bit. heavier.
2.9
I thought it
on
was
an aluminum.
one.
But-
Yeah, I think it is carbon fiber one.
Yeah, because it's 1.9, is it?
No, 2.1. Anyway,
Okay,
either way.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
2.44, exactly the same weight. Sweet. Yeah, it's bang on. It's a 940-1 weight,
Oh,
which is
okay. Yeah.
nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty good.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Can't bitch
But
about that. Yeah.
but are you realistically going to carry and use a knife like this when it's limited edition? I think there's going to be fewer people actually doing that.
Okay. So there was other comments made about this knife being truly a collector's knife. Someone finally put out a bug out that you'd probably be afraid to use, blah, blah, blah. And I was just, the whole time I was, Paul, you've got the same face I had when I was listening to these comments, doing some
Like-
homework.
Like the gold class doesn't exist.
Like a gold class bug out doesn't already exist.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was hype train because it was blade shows or shot shows or whatever type of thing and blah, blah, blah type of thing. Right. But some of the comments I heard about this knife in particular was like, did people forget that there's already a fancier than shit one
Look,
out there? Like,
we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We were wrong in that case, but the gold class bug out glows in the dark, in between the layers. It is superior to all other knives. Purely for that.
I don't agree with that.
No,
but
I don't. Neither do I.
I gotta have some more tea apparently.
yeah, he spit take twice on it tonight after that comment.
Not great. Okay, but like the gold class is an excellent example of how Benchmade can give a shit about their own products. And yeah, this isn't a gold class by name, but by price, this is putting it in a territory where it's like, oh, okay.
It
Come
is,
on.
but they came out with a knife a couple years ago called the Grip Million.
They did. And that thing was nice.
But again, it was a limited blue class, and was it worth it?
Which one was the Grip Million?
The Grip Million was the one with the, was it Desert Ironwood inlays with the brass
Right.
hardware?
Titanium and brass with wood.
Yeah, I think
And it was
honestly,
In
for
and
a
around the
collector?
same price.
you know what? I kind of want to look that knife up because I think it's a
Anyway, it's as far as the price point goes, it's in the same ballpark as this thing. And is it worth it? I don't know. Is this one worth it? I don't know.
okay. What did they actually call it? What was the?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this thing. Okay, they actually put significantly more effort into the design and execution of this product than they did.
But not Damasteel.
No, not Damasteel. What did they use for the steel, though?
20 CV, I think. And it was individually numbered.
Yes.
And then they put a dick clip on it like a bunch of assholes.
They did.
They did.
That's a good looking grip, though.
It was a throwback to
It's
dick
a gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, but it's a gorgeous looking knife. I mean, this I think would be worth that highly inflated price point for collectors because there's enough going on here. Like everything from the hardware being different to the inlay, the fact that you're moving to titanium with a lot of milling in it. Come on.
They should put brass caps on the access lock.
And then this
yeah,
one
they
was
probably
not
did.
internally milled, so that's probably where the price came up. Is this was chunka. So,
Yes, but you did have the
Yes.
milling on the exterior for the wood, so I don't know how much more internal milling you really could have done.
and the 3 little stripies. Don't forget.
Don't
the
forget your
3
striking.
little stripies.
On the other side of those stripies is the steel bar for the steel plate for the axis lock. So
Of course.
You can't go behind
You
that.
can't go full zebra. You just got to go a little bit of a zebra.
yeah, fair.
Although, if they had done the entire like bolster section in that stripe, I kind of would have digged that.
Wilson Combat Styles, just with some extra milling and
right.
stuff.
Yeah,
Shout
right.
to Cap City Creations if you don't follow it on Instagram, where he just like ruins fantastic titanium knives in all the best ways. Oh, he murders Sabenzas and does really nice hashtag patterns and hammered patterns and blah blah blah. But I think Fisk hates him on the inside. So because I
Not on
think
the outside, it's on the
he
inside?
might have invented a Spidey hole. I don't know if he can actually take credit for it or not, but he might have been one of the pioneers for that son of a bitch. Or Spidey Benza hole, whatever. Yeah.
That would explain it. Yeah,
I want a Spidey Benza.
I kind of do. But it would
kinda
have to
don't.
be. It would have to be the right kind of handle to go along with it, though. Like it'd have to be really ostentatious.
Really?
You'd have to like get it cut out into this, and then I would just be Spidey flicking it all day.
Absolutely.
I will Spidey flick my Benza all day.
Anyway. Back
when-
on to Benchmade Limited, you say.
Yeah, limited. Indeed.
So I talked about Bugout pricing. This knife retailing for $6 USD. So yeah. Now the next highest is $330 for a Bugout, and that is it the carbon fiber
S90?
Bugout?
I think that's the CF and S90. Yeah.
300 for the American or the aluminum, 330 American for the carbon fiber. So is this knife worth double what the next most expensive Bugout on the market is worth as a
I think-
limited blue class?
Okay,
I'm gonna be
so
honest. I would take the money that I would spend on this, buy the carbon fiber and S90 bug out, and some green micarta scales, and some brass aftermarket thumb studs, and everything else that I could possibly get, and be a happy man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a green artist's mallard duck
Oh.
Crooked River.
yeah. Well,
Neil.
for a collector's item, honestly, unfortunately, given the opaque nature as to how many were made, how long were they produced for, yeah, for a collector's item, this is going to make more sense than the highest tier regular production bug out. If you just want a really nice bug out, though, get either the carbon fiber one or the aluminum. Like, you don't need the flat slabs of titanium and
You get both
Well,
and then blade swap them
And
just
even
to know like
the Flytanium scales,
yeah.
I've seen people anodize. I've seen people do some really, really nice things with even a standard bug out with Flytanium scales and how nice of an upgrade that's had. Jared Kong watches our channel on a regular basis, and he's got a really nice version of it still. Probably
Yes.
one of the prettier titanium bug outs I played with, for sure. So
That was that entropic finish or whatever they call it, with the kind of the crazy.
I don't know. It was
stripe or
the
whatever.
fruit stripe gum zebra. That's we're on a zebra kick now. It's
There you go.
Yeah.
See, well, I was gonna make a really dumb suggestion, and then
Well, now you gotta make it. Now you gotta make
I was
it.
gonna make a suggestion to Benchmade to make a like African hunt series and do like a giraffe and whatever else.
Wow,
But that'll have people upset.
I was going to
with them.
say that's not controversial at all.
Yeah,
Maybe just a Safari.
This is why I'm bringing it back.
just
I
call
didn't
it
want to say it. Joe made me say it.
Safari. Sorry, yeah.
I was gonna say it's a safari hunt. Might be a
Not a safari hunt, just a safari. Why is hunting out?
hunt class, man. It's all the
You
hunts.
literally could just have the animals on the knife and not even call it a hunt.
Give it to the elephants, like the Silent Hero tops thingy that they're doing. You don't. Anyway.
No idea what you're talking about.
Tops Knives gives money to some elephant foundation. Anyway,
Okay, there you go.
yeah. Do those
Down for
things.
it.
Safari. That's the right thing to do. Not shooting tigers.
Yeah, please don't.
See, I was good idea adjacent.
I was close to having a good idea.
That's what I said.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, I don't have really much more than this on this one type of thing. So honestly, the comment I was going to make about the price point on this guy and being double, give or take, what a Bugout is worth. And yeah, limited edition, but blue anodized, and people are even starting to mock the blue anodizing on social media. It's like I've seen some memes about like when knife companies are running out of ideas, just anodize a Sleech Bowie blue or a Bugout blue or a Bova blue, baby blue, titanium, and call it limited, and the boys will eat it up. And this falls into the same vibe with no extra milling on the outside, with no extra something.
It's just a really horrible lack of creativity. I think
without releasing it maybe as a 2023 gold class and maybe making it a little bit zhuzhier, it wouldn't have been a bad idea for you to go that route. And
I think they were
just a little bit, like 10%.
I think they were trying to get some designs out fast, and so they put these ones out.
Could be, but I mean, like I said, like a 10% zhuzh could give you like $400 more in a gold class box and some paperwork with a number instead of this.
I agree with you.
So
it just, it feels like they were trying to like get stuff out and going through their bin of what they can make. And
yeah, potentially. I mean,
don't they offer a flat slab titanium handle now too?
In their customizer? I think
yes. TI is now, yeah.
And it may not be anodized, but that's an easy thing. You've already got the titanium handle, anodize it blue. Ladder pattern Damascus is not foreign to them either.
The fact that they didn't even anodize the numbers, the coordinates, the fact that they didn't anodize that a different color. Like, you got it all stenciled out. The fact that you didn't even do a dual tone shit, like, just... the
well, and they've had a blue and gold theme for a while, so they could have zhuzhed this one with some gold on the blue as well. And
the one thing that I will say though, after playing with a couple artisan knives with Damascus blades, I won't say Damasteel because they're not,
right,
but it seems that Damascus blades seem to hide scratches fairly well, so you could probably get away if you wanted to carry this but didn't want it to get, like, it would get scratched. Absolutely, it would get scratched. But you wouldn't feel the heartache nearly as much because you wouldn't see them quite as easily.
Yeah. I mean, sure. But that makes more sense if this were $200 cheaper.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, but at this price point, too, and not knowing how limited is limited and blah blah blah, do you cross your fingers it's the collectors?
Well, do you just I think this is more likely. I think this is a
high-end Bugout, and I'm just going to carry a high-end Bugout.
I think this is more likely to increase in value because of the weird nature of what it is. You can't buy it from Benchmade. It looks like it's very limited production. We don't know exactly how many. And the fact that all it is coordinates on a titanium handle, like, that's it? That's the only thing that's different? I don't know. There is something to that. It annoys me, but I think that this is actually probably going to go up in value. It's stupid. I really don't like it.
Like you said, if they made 300 of them, it'll probably jump. Yeah. The gold class Bugout, which they made a fair number of, from as far as I understand, being that mine is almost in the 1000s in February.
Yeah. Well, now that's the other thing. How much was the gold class MSRP? Because if this was fixed American, what was the gold class for this guy?
I want to say probably 750 or 8.
Okay,
Yeah, it was like nine
So-
and a half.
Even.
Canadian.
Yeah. US and then like the MSRP
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
off their website. Yeah, I want to say was an 8 to a 9 realm, something like that. Maybe 750 type of. Yeah.
I was gonna say I want to see if it actually turns up. No, it doesn't. Not it. I wish they
But-
archived their stuff a little bit better.
Me too.
Yeah. Because honestly, even if you're paying $250, $300 or more, the gold class had contoured handles with C-Tech. Was it glow in the dark C-Tech?
Golden Dark carbon fiber and C-Tech.
Yeah, glow in the dark carbon fiber and C-Tech and Damasteel. And what were they doing for the standoffs again? Or did they move to a spacer? I can't remember.
No, they went
Solid.
standoffs.
Was it standoffs or was it a solid
It's standoffs.
knife? 2 scales screwed together.
No.
You-
No. It's standoffs.
Do you have yours handy?
Not really
No.
handy.
Okay,
Anyway.
never mind that. Point being, for the little amount more money, the gold class looks like a way better deal now that this thing exists. Like,
3 years later, that looks like a sweet deal. I should score one of those.
yeah.
Hey man, I might know a guy.
Yeah, there's that.
Sometimes it's for sale. Most times it's not. It's one of those.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a price for 750 US
Okay.
on the gold class. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well, not currently, like what it retailed for.
No,
And
for sure. But
a weird blue. So, you know, the blue that was on the gold class Valet with the blue titanium that was
yes,
milled and it was kind
yes.
of bluey purple. That's the bluey purple that's on your back spacers, same as on your thumb studs.
It's the same
kind
blue
of
as
like
this, isn't
a-
it?
What's that?
Isn't this the same blue?
No, it's like an icy blue,
Okay.
like almost what the blue was on the cracked liner gold class Crooked River thingy.
oh yeah, no, I think I'm thinking I'm looking at the same photos that you are, and yeah, it does look like that.
Why couldn't they make these back spacers and thumb studs that same as the gold class? Because damn, son, yours are
They're
prettier.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Like,
Because yours are prettier.
Dicks
Like,
and
yeah.
assholes.
yeah, that's mildly
Anyway.
upsetting.
Yeah, that's such a good knife. I need to win the lottery so I can just carry it and not care.
Yeah.
Anyway. Final thoughts? Final thoughts?
Just
I mean, if they're your cup of tea, get them.
I feel like a number
Get
of
'em?
our kind of overview.
You go
reviews-
get that tea.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with the knife. It's well built. The design obviously is a banger, but damn, it feels like there was a lot of effort left on the table. Is this a collector's piece? Is this an investment piece? I mean, I think there's a good argument for it, but for all the wrong reasons. Like,
I wish Benchmade would go back to letting you know exactly how many when they do a limited run thing.
Out of something would be nice.
Yeah.
They've been doing more and more kind of vagaries, and I don't like it as much, for sure.
No, that's
Even
the thing. I
even
want to
if
know that there's only 500 in the world or 1,000.
even if they don't know, and they're like, we're just going to make them as often as we can to sell them, and then at the end of the year, we'll make an announcement saying, hey, this is the last one. Cool,
I'm cool
fine.
with that.
See, on the limited unlimited gold class, they did that very intentionally, and they probably will never reveal those. But on other limiteds like this or the artist series or things like that,
Yeah.
those are the ones that I get annoyed about. The limited unlimited gold class, they did intentionally so people would carry them. They wanted to compete with a William Henry class, and not knowing how many are out there make people more likely to be like, well, I know there wasn't only 10 made or 100 made or 250 made or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That is
This is-
specifically why I say there's probably a fair number of them because I don't know, but I do know that mine, which is February 26th, was 942 or something like that.
It's like it makes you feel like theoretically it's replaceable to a degree, so you don't feel as bad. It's not as precious that way.
Well, and as far
Obviously,
as
the expense
appreciation,
is
I gotta
there.
correct some guys in the chat here. Dick Richards asked what the coordinates bring up, and Justin said Benchmade. Oh, sorry, Benchmade HQ. I thought he said Blade HQ.
yeah. So you're gonna correct
on the
Justin?
side of my camera.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, everyone's on the same page. Let's go. Benchmade headquarters, 300 Beaver Creek Road, not trail. Don't go there. It's bad.
Less than
Doesn't
a
sound
month.
that bad.
So, cheesy thoughts on this one when they're talking about those coordinates in particular, and in their little write up for this knife, they talk about how it will really take it into the stratosphere. And I kind of had the cheesy joke about, yeah, but would it be blast off or be lost in space?
That is cheesy, but but I think that's a good summation of our thoughts. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they finally hit the glass ceiling on a Bugout. I think this might be the glass ceiling, is this knife. I think they've oversaturated Bugouts. After the gold class,
I'd agree.
and after the 4 variations, the S90, the aluminum, the high end, the whatever, I think they've.
Now, the question I have for you is: that, are you saying that they're going to see diminishing returns on the Bugouts going forward, or
They just won't be able to
you
move
see
the
enough
price
of them?
up for it, I don't think.
Or have the demand for, because people have already, and they've customized and they've aftermarketed and I want to say that this is where we're going to see the Bugout be. I don't know if there's new variations of the Bugout. They're going to have to do something to reel people in, because I think this one is the one that is like, yeah, but I already have this, or I already have this, or I already have this, or I have a gold class, or I have a customized, or I have an aluminum with S90 that I paperclip traded 4 guys with to get. Anyway,
You don't think they're gunning for that same crowd as guys that have a PM2 in every flavor?
I think they're trying. Okay, you know what? That's actually probably a good
Maybe.
point. I think they're trying to aim for something like that, but I don't think the market is in a position for that anymore.
I agree
Not
with you.
really. I think Spyderco guys are still hard up for shit like that, but I just don't see it working on a wider scale than that.
I don't disagree. I think that in the same way that everybody else seems to be chasing Bugout weights, Benchmade is looking outside their window at Spyderco and going, well, what if we could get guys to buy the same knife a dozen times?
And you might if you didn't jack up the price so goddamn much, because even the Spyderco PM2 exclusives with crazy steels, they're not that much more expensive than the base models.
Yep.
Not really.
Well, and the base models being S30, but then even in Spyderco's own catalog, they've got S110 and Maximate and blah, blah, blah that they're charging a premium for. So when they switch over and they all of a sudden tell someone that they're doing something in crew wear, or they're doing a PM2 and M390, the price is comparable as what it is for an S110 or a Maximate anyway out of their catalog. So it's not this gasping pill to swallow.
I definitely don't disagree with you guys at all. I 100% agree with you. But in the same way that people that are chasing that Bugout weight and kind of failing at it in some ways, this might be Benchmade trying to do that thing, but doing it Benchmade's way, and it's not going to work because they're going to try and incrementally increase the price.
Maybe, It's
so what you're saying is they'll try to use this to leverage up higher price jumps for the base models.
It might be.
I mean, theoretically, but you could only go so far on plastic handles. I mean,
1,000%.
That's something where, like, even currently, we have people who come into the shop, and one of the first things people mention is like, "Oh, but plastic handles for a $200 knife."
Yeah. How much could they raise the price if they just went to a standard G10 handle?
And if they were clever about the machining and the support structures they could mill in,
which they already have. Well, they already have in their customizer G10s, right? So that transition to all of a sudden be a $250 knife with American made with S30 and G10 and blah 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 instead of just a $200 knife. Yeah.
In the same way that they took the Griptilian and went, okay, this is one's 154. Let's make them an S30. Now we can now they're future proof in the sense that as inflation goes up, people are still going to be willing to pay a little bit extra for S30, where they might not be for.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Paying extra for S30 compared to, and this is something that I've been keeping an eye on for a while, not so much lately there, but the Hogue Deca and the Deca 2 in particular. Basically the same construction. But G10 handles 20 CV, whether or not you like the blade shape, that doesn't really matter. They're like, what, somewhere between 15 and 20% cheaper than a Bugout, I think, on average. And on paper, it blows Bugout out of the water on basically every metric except for weight.
A base model PM2, S45 now, right? Compression, G10, blah, blah, blah. Like, again, with a comparable price point. Even but someone that's closer to home, it's easy
How many Bugouts can Benchmade make compared to Hogue making theirs? Like,
I don't think Hogue
how
has...
is the market?
Well, Hogue doesn't seem to be struggling to get Decas out. They seem to be in stock. I think people still know Benchmade better than they know Hogue. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But it's kind of a crappy crutch to stand on, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in a company that I like.
100%. Yeah.
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 So we ranted pretty good for.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we need to dive into other topics. We can save those for next week if we want. So
sure,
you can just close that file down if you want. Yeah. So
I won't even peek.
You're a lying son of a bitch.
We just have to, but not about this. I won't lie about that. I just have to remember that the file's there for next time. That's the trick.
So yeah. All right. So Benchmade coming out with some custom stuff right before their 2023 release. Kind of interesting to see what they're doing.
It'll be interesting to see what they do next year.
Yeah, coming up here next couple months here. So throwing out half a dozen different things at the end of the year just to shock people. So
yeah.
On that note, I don't think we're going to dive into anything else. We just want to wrap this up here. So thank you to the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for getting these limited edition models in. They did get all four, even though they snubbed us with the whitetail one. I don't know why. Anyway.
They seem to be a little more limited for some reason.
Who knows? Maybe they didn't have enough orange pivot collars. So, having said that, thank you guys. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to Patreon. It's a small community, but we appreciate everything you give towards the channel. Wow, hiccups again right at the end of the night. You can count on it. Yeah. It's not bad this time around. But yeah, everything you guys donate is going right back to you guys. January, Christmas 2023. No, it's not January 2023. That's way quicker than what we need this to be. Whoa.
Yeah, put the brakes on, Paul.
Let's not rush things.
Let's savor this one.
Anyway, yeah. Someone else talk now.
Go follow us on Instagram for absolutely no reason, no updates, no nonsense. When you come and follow us on Instagram, you know exactly what you're getting.
Old posts.
You know what you're getting because it never changes.
Yeah,
never updates.
That's exactly where I was going.
So, but yes, like the videos, guys. Subscribe, share. All the good times. We appreciate everything you guys do as far as us being a small channel. It's just fun to get together every Sunday and chat shop for sure. So, all right. I think we're back again next week. I don't think there's any sort of hiccups. So,
I don't know.
Nope. I think calendar's all clear.
Cool. I don't know what he was looking at, but it looked like some sort of futuristic bullshit. Yeah. Bruce Willis Fifth Element bullshit going on there.
No, it's my cat messing with my laptop.
That's just a cat.
Kitty.
All right, that's a good note to end on. Silly kitty. I am who I am, guys. I'm Dennis Fibers.
I am the Iron Joe.
I'm xl.ca.
And this is Midna, my adorable little cat. We'll see you next week.
And just for the record, my daughter could kick your daughter's ass. So
That's really sad. I don't think about that. No.